Hey, it's Clayton Olson, and in this video, I'm going to talk about why love is an act of clarity. This video was inspired by a session that I actually did with my partner, who walked me through some of Byron Katie's work. She is an incredible coach and spiritual guide who has developed a way of helping people take back all of their judgments from people that they're in relationship with so that they can see them clearly. And I had a particularly profound experience one evening when I was working this process. I had an individual in mind who I was holding a lot of charge around. I had a lot of judgments about this person, things that I thought they should be doing differently, ways that they were showing up that I didn't approve of, that I thought were selfish, that I thought might be egotistical. And I had such a hard time loving this person, even though they were a friend of mine. And after going through this process, one of the things that I realized, well, the biggest thing that I realized, was that all of the judgments that I was casting on them, all of the things that I was saying that they should do differently, or that I didn't approve of, or that I needed them to do in order for me to be happy, were complete BS. And they were actually judgments of myself that I was projecting onto that person. And so what I realized is that as I began to one by one pull these judgments off of that person and begin to see that I actually do the same thing, that there's ways in which I am being egotistical, there's ways in which I am being selfish, there's ways in which I am doing all these things that I'm not approving of, that I'm seeing over there, it reduced the charge. And it actually helped me see this person so much more clearly. And what did I see? What did I see when I took all of my judgments back, all the places where I wasn't loving myself back and I own them? All I had was love for this person. I saw them finally for who they really were, very cleanly. And it was just simply love. Love was in the place where all of my judgments about myself were clouding it. I think this is a really important perspective to come from, and albeit it's not easy. It's not easy to do this kind of work, and especially if you've got somebody that you've had charge with for many, many years, whether it's like an ex or maybe a partner or a business partner. It can be really confronting to look at some of these things and own that some of the things you see about them might actually be your own qualities and characteristics that you're judging onto them. But the process is incredibly freeing, because when we're judging people and we have a charge with them, we're holding some level of poison within ourselves. We're holding some vibration that is toxic within our own body in relation to that person. And it's not hurting them, but it sure as hell is hurting us. So doing the work to get some of this stuff out of the way and reclaiming some of these judgments, not only does it allow us to approach that person from a place of feeling clear, from a place of love, of seeing them clearly, but we actually get to practice loving those parts of ourselves that are in the shadows, that we're disowning. And so, I would encourage you that if there's any judgments that you have about people, if there's anybody in your life right now that you're having a really hard time with, what if underneath all of the judgments, all of the shoulds and the things that you need them to do in order for you to be a certain way, what if underneath that is just this default mode of love? And as you clear some of this junk out of the way, that's all you've got for them, is just simply love. It doesn't matter whether they've wronged you. It doesn't matter whether or not they're still angry at you. But how can you get to a place of actually removing these things that are creating charge in your body, that are holding your state of being hostage, so that you can actually experience freedom in that relationship? And this is where I believe love and freedom actually go hand in hand. It's like when I get my judgments out of the way of somebody around what I think they should or shouldn't do, suddenly I am free. I am free to be myself. I'm free to feel how I feel, because I'm not waiting, hoping, or trying to coerce them into doing something in order for me to feel a certain way. So This video is more of an invitation, and it's the point is to crack open the perspective that love is simply an act of clarity, and that when you really get clear on who's in front of you, no matter who that is, there's something beautiful that can occur, a freedom, a love that allows you to show up in that relationship how you want to show up and not feel hostage to that energy, not feel tied down and in bondage around that person. So that's a perspective that you can try on and see how it works for you. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the like button, subscribe to the channel so you can get more personal development insights on relationships and becoming your best self. And feel free to comment below if you've got any questions or a different point of view. Thanks.